G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tackle World Marks Point. This Friday's fishing report. At the moment, blue sky. We're up here at Swansea Heads. Southerly winds at the present moment, south-southwest, and they anticipate that southerly will pick up a little bit this afternoon and into tomorrow. Sunday, it looks like a really good day, but Monday, Tuesday, unbelievable. Monday in particular, if you can get that day off, sensational. Out wide, we're seeing some unbelievable water temperatures over the back of the southern canyons up towards the car park. Temperatures 24 to 25 degrees. Back on the shelf itself, temperatures hovering in around about 22. A lot of marlin off the coast at the moment, guys. A lot of striped marlin, particularly down off our neck of the woods, down off the mids to southerns. A lot of black marlin now turning up out wide. Some quite big fish as well. Spoke to Chad Owen only a couple of days ago, caught a fish for over 2 hours, only to lose him on 15 curler. But a big black marlin. I know there was a small blue caught off Port Stephens, but there's an absolute flood of black marlin coming down the coast at the moment. Southwest rocks, they've been thick up there for the last week. They're down towards Port Macquarie, but already we're seeing them at Searles Rocks and the Gibber. It won't be long before we see these inshore blacks down through this area here, Caves, Swansea, all the way down through the Nora Head. There's a few dolphin fish out there as well, out on that shelf. Fish around about 8 to 10 kilo. The strange thing is there's also a few small groups of yellowfin, fish around 10 to 20 kilo. They're not big, but they are there. But the water out there at the moment is absolutely perfect. There's not a lot of dolphin fish on our inshore fads. I just think that's going to happen a few weeks' time when we get the benefit of that warmer water moving in. With these southerly winds, and you'll probably see that little bit of swell behind us up here back towards Moon Island, that will hold this warm water along our part of the coastline. It's those nor'easters that we get for days that cool those conditions off. So after this settles, and as I say, it's going to be settled down certainly by Sunday, the fishing is going to be next level. There's some really good catches of snapper even happening up Broughton. I know my good mate Duncan Anderson got some beautiful snapper north of Broughton Island only a couple of days ago, and some fish up as big as 6 kilo. You'll see that all happen down here as well, guys. There's a lot of trag around on these inshore reefs, some really nice trag down south. The fish up around Redhead Dudley, not as big, but definitely Catherine Bay to Waibung, that Doctor's area, some really good fish there. And now we're just starting to see those bonito move back in. They're not in huge numbers at the moment. Some of these fish are quite good size, but it is the first sign. Once the bonitos start to get back in numbers, you'll see things like frigates and mac tuna moving with them, and no doubt there will be a few tailor. And that is probably what's happened, guys. There's been a few tailor spread around on the beaches on the particularly late in the afternoon, mixed in with some salmon, been some very good whiting and brim, and that's been a popular activity when that water was so calm. And next week it'll calm itself back down. You've got a full moon coming through tomorrow night, and you've got some really good tides tomorrow. 9:30 high tide, 1.8 metres, brings it into around about a 4 p.m. low tide, and it's dropping down to around 0.4. So a very big tidal exchange, which is great. 10 days after the full moon, 7 to 10 days, the normal formula. So this time next week, we'll be starting to talk about the January prawn run. I think that run is going to be significantly important for squid. Squid numbers definitely down in the lake and in the channel, but that prawn run, as it will commence next weekend, will start that process. And I reckon as we run up into Australia Day, you'll see quite a few squid moving through, but really your last chance to get some prawns in the channel. We just come over Swansea Bridge. The bridge is a bit of an activity spot. There was about 6 boats glued in on the bridge, and of course the waterways and water police are doing a blitz this weekend, and they were actually on the water checking everyone just then. Safety equipment, guys, so making sure you got licenses, life jackets are in order, flares and the like. Doesn't matter if you're going offshore or inshore. Very important in these conditions to make sure your safety is there. We've seen tragedy definitely down, you know, on the south coast with drownings. We've seen a bar accident happen at Narooma, and there's been a couple of boats even roll over, and probably about 3 or 4 days ago up at Southwest Rocks. So bar crossings are key importance, but making sure you've got your safety equipment is imperative. Blue swimmer crabs in the lake, quite a few, but there's a lot of females around them, a lot of jennies, so you're going to have to move around. The shallower water now starting to be the pick, but again, you've got to remember a lot more jennies in that shallower water. Some really nice flathead getting caught, lures and bait of course, and look, we're getting some great photographs and some great stories on flathead. Bremen whiting on the flats, and quite a few leather jacket. I had a very excited young man in the store this morning showed me a beautiful picture of a fantail leather jacket he caught. Absolute cracker. And they're the type of recreational species that you'll catch, and it's just so good to see our kids out there having a bit of a go. But guys, the weekend, I think today we're going to tough it out. Tomorrow, a little bit more southerly, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even as far as Thursday, we're looking at some great conditions. Guys, let's get out there, let's play it safe. I don't know necessarily whether you'll be here this afternoon, but in a couple of days' time, this is where it's going to happen. That offshore scene will be right together. I'll see you next Friday.